This standard is ARCH.8.E.E.B.5.8.2a. The learning target is I can graph and compare proportional relationships in different ways, using equations, a graph, and a table. Those are the different ways we're going to look at today. With equations, the proportions are written as equations. An equation has an equal sign, and then remember, if 2 over 1 equals 4 over 2, in fact, it is also a proportion. Because 2 times 2 equals 4 and 1 times 2 equals 2, we know they have the same scale factor, so that is indeed a proportion. We could use cross multiplication. 4 times 3 equals 12, and 6 times 2 equals 12, so that is an equation. A proportion written as an equation. Now, as a graph, on my graph of Apple Jacks, let's look at this. So you can see that we're making 3 sandwiches. This is 0, 0, so that's not a sandwich, that's just our starting point, also called our origin. 2 pieces of bread makes 1 sandwich. For every 2 pieces of bread, you make another sandwich. 2 more pieces of bread makes another sandwich. So 2 4 pieces of bread makes 2 sandwiches. 2 4 6 pieces of bread makes 1 2 3 sandwiches. So you can use the number of pieces of bread divided by the number of sandwiches, and you should get your rate of change, which is a unit rate up 2 over 1, which equals 2, also 2 over 1. So the rate of change, or the slope, equals 2. For every 2 pieces of bread, you get 1 sandwich. So when we go back to graphing a proportional relationship, we said that for 2 orange for every 1 green. So if we wanted to write down 4 pieces of bread, remember, orange. We said we would get 2 sandwiches. And we said for 6 pieces of bread, we would get 3 sandwiches. So again, with the equal signs, we're showing you that through these equations, our graph is demonstrating a proportional relationship. A proportional relationship on a graph always goes through 0, 0. Here. If you wanted to demonstrate in a table, the proportional relationship would look like this. You would create a rectangle, put X here and Y here, and along here you would write the numbers that correspond to the X values, and then write the Y values that correspond. So as we said, again, at 0, 0, we don't have any bread or sandwiches, even though this was my placeholder for 0. And with 2 pieces of bread, the Y is the orange. With 2 pieces of bread, we have 1 sandwich. With 4 pieces of bread, we have 2 sandwiches. And with 6 pieces of bread, we have 3 sandwiches. So always write the X in the top row, and we write Y in the bottom row. Now we have seen 3 ways that you can compare proportional relationships. And that concludes this lesson.